Saturday night, Star Wars night in San Diego at Petco Park. So get your saber lights and your baseball bets ready. It's the Diamondbacks and the Padres. Arizona's H.A. Pollock, a grand slam, his first ever last night on the way to a 6-3 Diamondbacks victory in Game 1 of the series. Will Myers lead off again tonight. 2 of his home runs against tonight's pitcher, Jeremy Hellickson. As we welcome you inside the booth, it is indeed Star Wars night. Along with Royal Guard Sweeney, I'm Darth Vader Enberg. You look great, Mark.
Thanks, Dick. It's difficult to get us both in these costumes, but well worth it. You look absolutely terrifying.
Thank you. Well, let's get to the latest here in the galaxy. Left-hander Robbie Erlin returns to the hill after a rough start in Colorado. What does he need to do to ensure he doesn't take another trip down the so-called dark path?
Well, with Robbie Erlin, he must remember the force will always be with him, and especially at home. 4-2 record, and the splits definitely favor him at the home starts. Opponents are hitting just .211 against Robbie Erlin.
You're a galaxy of information. Well, for D-backs pitcher Jeremy Hellickson, he knows that fear is the path to the dark side. And he might be trembling tonight as he faces 2 players that have been tremendously successful off him this season, Will Myers and Justin Upton.
Well, Dick, no doubt. The force has been with Myers and Upton so far this season. We've been taking the lightsaber to some of the Hellickson's pitches. Upton 5 for 11, and you can see the averages. The batting average are tremendous, but also the home runs are very favorable for the Padres.
This is going to really surprise you fans. The gag is up. We couldn't quite fit into the stormtrooper outfits or whatever they are. So thank our friends for saving us the embarrassment. You're kind of cute, you know that? The Pads have their own Yoda, James Shields, who continues to share advice and wisdom to our young allies. Allie Sturm has more on that from a galaxy far, far away. Chewie, get us out of here. Get us out of here.
coach Darren Balsley, well, he always talks about how James Shields is a true leader in the clubhouse, and we certainly saw that yesterday as Casey Kelly gave up 6 in the first 2 innings, went back into the dugout, talked to James, came back out into the mound, and then retired 11 in a row. And I asked both of them what the pep talk was all about, and here's what they had to say.
After the second inning, he just came up to me and was, telling me to stay aggressive and just keep throwing the ball. Good things will happen after that, and just, keep attacking them. And I think that's really what helped me, towards the end of the game, just keep attacking and keep being aggressive with my pitches.
Just told him don't worry about the score. Right now is the time to just kind of relax and prove yourself and prove the fact that you're supposed to be here. He's got really good stuff, and I said trust your stuff and go out there and pitch with a chip on your shoulder.
And as our Hall of Famer Dick Enberg so perfectly put it, James Shields truly is the Yoda of the clubhouse. Well, the Star Wars night continues here at Petco, and like Yoda says, do or do not, there is no try. The Padres hope the Force will be with them in Game 2. Mark Sweeney and Dick Enberg have the first call on Fox Sports San Diego.
To you by Sony's Action Cam. Prove yourself. And by Petco, what we feed them matters. And so we're set to go at Petco. On Star Wars night, even the Friar is in full form. He's got that saber light thing. All right, 80-degree night, and September humidity continues in our fine city. Unusual weather. Game 2 of the 3-game series on Star Wars night. Diamondbacks lineup brought to you by Hyundai. Enciarte leads it off. Veteran Aaron Hill will bat second. Then A.J. Pollock, 5 RBIs last night, the Grand Slam. Paul Goldschmidt, one of the top hitters in baseball, along with Pollock at 318. Then Wellington Castillo. Yasmani Tomas, the Cuban, in the lineup tonight. Brandon Drury, the youngster that was at shortstop last night, plays third tonight with Chris Owings hitting 8th at shortstop, and then Jeremy Hellickson.
Well, if you look at the scouting report for the 24-year-old Robbie Erlin making his first home start this year, and he has to pitch at the top of the strike zone to set up that curveball, or vice versa, throw backwards. But also early rhythm is very important for Robbie Erlin in his start tonight.
In the last calendar year, only 5 times have the Padres started a southpaw. That's the fewest in all of Major League Baseball. Here's the Padres defense, brought to you by your San Diego County Ford dealers. Upton and Kemp in the corners with Jankowski in center. On the infield, Spangenberg, Amarista, Jerko, and Myers around the horn, with Derek Norris behind the plate for the 24-year-old from Santa Cruz, California, Robbie Erlin. Enciarte just a tick under 300. One of the 4 terrific hitters in this lineup for Arizona. They have 4 of the top 11 in the National League. So we're underway. First pitch misses for ball 1. That's a strike, a fastball at 89. Padres start tonight 2 games behind Arizona. The D-backs in 3rd place in the NL West. One and two.
You see Robbie Erlin attacking the strike zone early tonight. That's the rhythm that he has to get into rather than nibble at times, and that gets him into trouble. Most pitchers do if you start nibbling around the strike zone.
Foul tip. Just didn't know it wasn't a foul tip. And Enciarte is going to make it safely to first base. I heard the sound, but that apparently was when it hit the dirt, not the bat. And so on a strikeout wild pitch, Enciarte is aboard.
Well, you see the curveball out of the hands of Robbie Erlin setting that up, and a nice try to block for Derek Norris, but unfortunately getting down just a little bit late. That kicks off towards the dugout and not in time for the fast Enciarte down the line.
Yeah, the natural instinct with a breaking ball coming down and at the feet of Enciarte. Norris thought it would be to his left. Instead, it carried him back to his right. Here's Aaron Hill. Takes strike 1. Gets a start tonight, hitting .232. More and more looks as if Hill, this will be his last year in a D-backs uniform.
A lot of rumors that they were trying to move him even as early as last spring training.
They have an abundance of young infielders, Arizona. High fly ball on the infield. Myers calls off Jerko and takes it right off the bill of the second baseman's cap. Here's A.J. Pollock with the score 2-0 in the second inning last night against Casey Kelly. He drilled one deep to left center, and that was the ball game. It gave Arizona an early 6-0 lead. They didn't get another hit the rest of the night. Didn't matter as the Padres fell 6-3. The scoreboard crew doing some clever work with the Star Wars theme. Each of the D-backs becoming one of the characters in Star Wars.
Well, nice showing by Casey Kelly last night. Didn't start off very well, so you see the numbers. They spiked with the 6 earned runs, as we talked about Pollock's grand slam. That was the backbreaker, but settled in nicely. Had some good things to take from that start last night.
Pollock's grand slam, his first as a major leaguer. Fly ball right at center fielder Jankowski, and there's 2 away. Time now for the keys to the game tonight, brought to you by your San Diego Honda dealers.
Well, Dick, with the Star Wars theme, Empire Strikes Back, the Padres offense. Jeremy Helkson's allowed 12 runs in 2 starts at Petco Park here. Robbie Erlin returns for his first start here at Petco Park in 2015. And the return of the Jedi.
Here's Paul Goldschmidt. 318 average, as does Pollock, who has just preceded. Goldschmidt has feasted on Padre pitching this year in 10 games. The last 10, he's hit .343, 3 doubles, 3 home runs. Padres trying to pitch around him have walked him 9 times in those 10 games. Those are his season's numbers, up there with the leaders in the NL. Center field, Jankowski back 3 steps and up 1 for the out. Erlin through the first inning unscathed. The Padres will start it off with Will Myers. as the Padres come up bottom of the first inning. Star Wars Saturday. Here's the Padres lineup brought to you by Toyota. Will Myers to start things, and Spangenberg, Kemp, and Upton in that 3 and 4 slot as per usual. Jed Jerko hits 5th. Derek Norris has had a couple of big games, 5 for 6 the last 2 games with a walk and 3 RBIs. Alexi Amarista, then the pitcher Erlin hitting 8th, and Jankowski 9th.
Now time for the D-backs scouting report brought to you by UC San Diego Health. And for Jeremy Hellickson is making his 26th start of the season. He limits the opponents to a 206 average with runners in scoring position. That's 5th best in the National League. And he's also looking for number 50. He has 49 wins in his young career. Nice, Vader.
Will Myers at 264 as he digs in. 2 home runs off the man he faces tonight, Hellickson. The Padres have beaten up this 28-year-old right-hander from Des Moines, Iowa. He's had good success against the rest of the league, but not the Padres.
Now, former teammates going at it here, as you can see Yoda hanging on Will Myers' back.
Breaking ball misses high. 1-1. Hellickson was a 4th-round pick of the Tampa Bay Rays out of Louisiana State University 10 years ago. Traded to Arizona before this year. That was the deal with the Cubs. That check that bit with Tampa Bay. He went from Tampa Bay to Arizona for Andrew Velasquez and Justin Williams, an infielder and an outfielder. Gold Glove winner as well 3 years ago. Ground ball left side. Deep at short is Owings, and he gets him by a strike. The Diamondbacks defense. It's brought to you tonight by Renovation Realty. Pollock in center with Tomas in left, Inciarte the right fielder. Double play combination of Owings at short, Hill at second. Drury and Goldschmidt occupy the corners, and Castillo behind the plate. Corey Spangenberg 4 for 7 against Hellickson. In respect to his speed and bunting talent, Drury in shallow at third.
Yeah, typically, Dick, with Jeremy Hellickson, he likes getting to that changeup against lefties. It's going to be important for the Padre hitters to stay off that changeup unless it's a mistake that's elevated. But hit those mistakes on the other pitches.
Another miss low, 2-0.
See Hellickson very methodical in his work. He'll take a lot of time in between pitches.
That's a strike at 90.
And if you think about that, Dick, if you work slowly, I think it's to the benefit of the hitters. But also it really hurts the defense behind him. You'll see the reactions of these defenders behind Hellickson.
Hit well to left field. Tomas has to go back. He's at the wall and makes the catch as he slams into the Qualcomm border. Oh my. So Tomas gets there just in time. Spangenberg denied extra bases.
Well, second night in a row that Corey Spangenberg has been robbed with line drives and nice swings to left field. You can see the swing. This is an elevated pitch and really nice swing, but on the back end, Tomas finding the wall in that cue in Qualcomm.
That cue came up to smack him in the forehead.
Remember, fans, this wall does not give. It's cement behind that padded wall.
Trying to make sure all the pieces are in place here before the next play. Here's Matt Kemp. 1 RBI shy of 100.
Hey, we're going to see a lot of these pictures from our Padres production. Matt Coy, Eric Meyer, all of his staff. They do a tremendous job, put a lot of time into this.
Is that Star Wars or Gone with the Wind? That looks like Rhett Butler to me.
Looks like Colt 45 to me.
2-0 to Kemp. A .295 hitter lifetime against Arizona pitching with no less than 30 home runs. There are his statistics this year. 23 homers and the 99 RBIs, third most in the National League. Two and one.
Yeah, Wellington Castillo took a shot off that foul ball by Matt Kemp.
Jerry Meals is the plate umpire tonight, the crew chief, giving Castillo some time here. Now Kemp ready to go. Line drive, base hit. Tomas over toward the line, gets the ball in. A long single for Kemp. All the more important the play by Tomas on Spangenberg's drive.
Now Matt Kemp handles that elevated pitch so well. This is the injury, the previous pitch off of Wellington Castillo. Then on our phantom cam, you see this ball elevated, and he makes a mistake to Matt Kemp, and Matt capitalizes, hitting this line drive in the left.
Brings up cleanup hitter Justin Upton, hitting at .252. Club leader, 26 home runs. 5 for 11 with 2 home runs, 2 doubles against Hellickson. Fastball at 89. He's not going to overpower you. Wielding the Saberlight, huh? What did you have to eat for? What did you have to eat for dinner tonight?
It's a lightsaber.
Oh, that's what that was. How's that sound again? Jerko would be next. Kemp with the 2-out single. Just misses away. 2-1. 5:30 start, 5:40 start. So some of the fans still filing in on this Saturday evening. With the crowd tonight, the Padres will come close to 2,350,000, well ahead of last year, some 300,000 ahead of last year's pace. You mentioned how deliberate Hellickson can be, especially with a man on base.
Well, you've seen all kinds of different things, and Matt Kemp has 12 stolen bases on the year. But for Jeremy Hellickson, using that slide step, you see him just sliding that front foot into position. What he'll do is miss location a lot with this slide step. With 2 outs and Justin Upton, not a stolen base situation for Matt Kemp.
Two and two.
Now with 2 strikes, that changes the scenario. Possibility for Matt Kemp to go on this, because you want to give that opportunity for Justin Upton to drive you in. You're in scoring position at first base with Justin Upton on in the plate.
You saw Kemp's 12 stolen bases. He's second to Upton for the club lead. Upton with 19. Struck him out. Padres get a base hit from Kemp. Nothing more. We go to the second.
Strongest fan photo. Use hashtag SDDataStrongFan, and you just might see yourself in an upcoming broadcast. Brought to you by T-Mobile.
What do you call those chaps? Light sabers? Saber lights? Stormtroopers?
Those are stormtroopers, I guess.
They have their hair that long in Star Wars? I guess they couldn't afford a barber.
She didn't like what you said.
Reminds me of home. When those lips disappear, man, you're in trouble. Robbie Erlin, a 4-out first inning, worked his way through it. 4 outs because of a strikeout wild pitch. Faces Castillo, Tomas, and Drury. 19 home runs for Castillo, came over from the Cubs. Montero, the left-handed hitting catcher, the troubled Padres for several years, employing his services with the Cubs, who are in the playoffs. Mets clinched it last night.
Tonight.
Oh, tonight they
in
did.
Cincinnati. What a tremendous year for the New York Mets. Terry Collins has done a nice job with those young pitching staff.
Fly ball, and Kemp got a late break on it, but he'll make it. That's 3 straight outfield putouts for Robbie Erlin. So the East champions, they're their young arms, DeGrom, Syndergaard, and Harvey.
They have Bartolo Colon to go along with these 3, but also Steven Matz, a talented young staff. But you wonder what's going to happen late in the season with a lot of those innings. Jacob DeGrom wasn't the same at the end of the year. It's been an innings limit.
And how
around
about
Matt Harvey?
And how about Harvey? Will he pitch in the playoffs or not?
No, he's going to pitch.
So Castillo flies out. Here's Tomas. They expected more from this power hitting native of Havana, Cuba, but only 9 home runs this year. Even back in spring training, they were talking about, is he ever going to pull the ball?
Yeah, a lot of times he has worked on that ball going to right center and that right center approach, which isn't a bad thing. But talking to some scouts, they really don't like the body language that he has around the game. It doesn't seem like his intensity is there 24/7. That might be the adjustment coming over from Cuba.
There it is. He hits it to the right side. Jerko able to backhand it and throw him out. Our closed captioning tonight, as always, brought to you by Wiener Schnitzel.
Outstanding.
The Star Wars characters, they go to Wiener Schnitzel.
Yes, they do.
Nice thing about those saber lights, you know, if you get there and you know, they're a little cold, you kind of drape it over the saber light.
Yes.
And
get a little heat.
A little heat in the hot dog. 2 away to Brandon Drury. Whoa! Just a bit outside.
That hit the bull.
It's a bit embarrassing.
Well, it just comes out of the hands of Robbie Earl, and you can see from our back camera. Slipping out of the hands and trying to get on top of that breaking pitch.
Another fly ball. And another chance for Jankowski. He's got 3 putouts in the first 2 innings. 1, 2, 3 go the D-backs. Jetrico will lead off the second for San Diego.
Action of the Padres baseball is with MLB.com at bat, the #1 app for live baseball. Enjoy live look-ins, highlights, replay reviews, scores, StatCast, live radio broadcasts, and more. Get the MLB.com at bat app now.
Yeah, especially with the playoffs coming on, you don't want to miss a single pitch. Well, to lead it off, Jedi Jerko.
Nice.
With Norris and Amarista to follow. 16 homers and 55 runs batted in on the year for Jed. Slow curveball misses. Des Moines, Iowa on the mound. Morgantown, West Virginia at the plate. Changeup. Hellickson last year with the Rays was 1-5 and then had elbow surgery and missed 3 months.
Well, you see his arsenal there. It's not the velocity, but you can see mixing up pitches for Hellickson is such a key for him.
Comes back with a fastball. It seems faster than 90.
You know, so the first pitch you saw the soft breaking ball. Next pitch changeup, and then the fastball pitching backwards in front of Mike Harkey, the pitching coach of the Diamondbacks.
He was the American League Rookie of the Year 4 years ago with a 13-win season for the Rays. Another changeup. It was 13-10, 2.95 ERA, and opposing hitters only 2.10. So he's got a Rookie of the Year trophy and a Gold Glove already up on his mantle. High pop up left side. Backpedaling is Owings, the shortstop, for the first down. Brings up Derek Norris. Norris has been on quite a tear here as we complete this 2015 season. Back into middle August, the last 46 games. Norris hitting .307. I mentioned earlier, 5%. Is that what that character?
Yeah, that's the guy. That's Chewy.
Okay.
It's a perfect Chewbacca.
He doesn't even need the touch-up. Players in both dugouts having fun. Creativity of our Padres scoreboard people. 1-1. Fastball at 90.
Oh.
And that one clipped him. Just caught the uniform and hit by a pitch. Padres have their second base runner.
Yeah, it looked like a two-seam fastball, and our Phantom Cam does indeed hit that jersey. That's a perfect hit by pitch if you're the hitter.
Yeah, just the only bruise was on the button. Alexi Amarista looking severe there.
Looks like he's grown some inches in that picture as well. Tall.
Had an RBI single and 4 at-bats last night. And the game winner the night before the finale against the Giants. Curveball.
Well, for Alexi, not the shift in the infield with that first base occupied and Paul Goldschmidt holding on Derek Norris. You could shoot that hole right through there. Most second basemen will try to cheat over there defensively. But with the changeup and that slow breaking ball, it's almost a gift for the offensive player if you can handle the bat.
Fouled at the plate. Yeah, check of the American League East. The Blue Jays won today, and the Yankees also victorious. So Toronto remains 4 games ahead of the Pinstripers in the American League East. Football Saturday acknowledged by the Giants and the Oakland A's up in the Bay Area. 14-10 the final.
What a special occasion it is up there. Barry Zito against Tim Hudson, Mark Mulder, the big 3 when they came into the big leagues from the Oakland Athletics. They nodded against each other today to start that game.
That's in there. Strike 3. Amarista caught looking. 2 away. Second strikeout for Hellickson.
Well, I think the breaking ball and the changeup were in the mind of Alexi Amarista because he freezes on this fastball. Looked like it split the plate. Middle away.
So with 2 away, the pitcher Robbie Erlin. That's right-handed, throws left. Only his 3rd at bat, and takes the fastball for a strike. His career numbers run into one occasionally. Curveball misses.
Yeah, he doesn't have a feel for that curveball. It's been very inconsistent early in this game. He's trying to throw that get me over curveball. It's been for a ball most times.
Norris still at first base, 2 outs. That could be a base hit. Hellickson, though, a good fielding pitcher, and makes the play. Gold Glove talent. Padres gone in the second. We move to the third at Petco with no score. Our Saturday night, saluting Star Wars. Yeah, you never know when they'll appear. You can talk to them, you know their language.
I heard Darth had a mean fastball.
Really?
Yeah. Mid-90s.
How about the cat in the red outfit?
He doesn't say much.
Perfect.
He's scary.
Is he?
Yeah.
No, he's not scary. They're just pretend guys, right?
No.
Not real.
Real scary. Nice job, Darth. Good fastball. Work on the breaking stuff. You'll be fine.
That's a guard, right? For Darth Vader, the guy in the red.
The scary guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a royal bird.
So he'd probably be a good catcher then. You guard home plate there.
Not supposed to take your mask off, are you?
Good thing she did. Huh? You guys know about Hubba Hubba? I'll teach you someday.
That royal bird guy's scary, isn't he?
You know, the Darth Vader actually was Eric Myers of the Padres staff. Third inning, Chris Owings, then Hellickson and Enciarte against Robbie Erlin. Nubbed, and Erlin makes the play with a glove. One away. Now that was good coordination because Myers started to break for the ball, saw that Erlin was scampering off the mound, so he quickly retreated to the bag, and then Erlin made the nice glove flip.
We constantly talk about the communication at first base. See Will Myers making that first initial step towards the play, and nice glove work by Robbie Erlin on the back end. First you got to glove it, and you can't exchange it to the other hand, but nice little flip to Will Myers. But those are the little things as a first baseman that you're going to have to do, and that's playing experience. When you talk about Will Myers, those are the playing experience things that he has to go through.
Hellickson is a pretty good hitter. He's batting .205. He's got 8 hits this year, and he's right up among the major league leaders, pitchers in RBIs with 7. All 8 of his hits are singles. Boyish looking Jeremy. 2-1. Basketball player in his high school days in Iowa, a big Iowa State Cyclone fan. Although he was recruited in baseball and basketball at the University of Iowa. 2-2, but left the Hawkeye State to play baseball at LSU.
The Tigers down the bayou.
They got a pretty good running back, huh? I guess
they do.
Had another big day today. Full count. He walked the pitcher. Only the second base runner for the D-backs. 1 out walk, and that'll set it up to the top of the order. Inciarte.
Time now for the tools of the trade, brought to you by Ram Trucks. And last night, the defense in right field, Matt Kemp getting on his horse, and you can see putting his head down to try to gain so much ground, and then the wall comes into play. Nice sliding grab by Matt Kemp, going towards the wall, sliding before the catch, and preventing serious injury as he collides into that wall.
That really is a clever play. Well done. Inciarte struck out on a wild pitch to reach safely. The only other base runner other than Hellickson, who just walked.
How about Ender Inciarte? That's Jabba the Hutt. How'd you like to have that picture? That's how I feel.
That's why you make those funny sounds. I'm never going to let you eat that broccoli again. That's a strike to Inciarte. 1-1. 2 years ago, before the problems Erlin had, and he showed that he's a much better pitcher at home than on the road. Bounced right to Myers out there. Now it's a tag play for the pitcher, and he's not going to fight it. So it's a double play. Myers handled it perfectly. It looks like he's played first base all his life.
Bottom of the third, still no score, and I'm joined by the lovely Sue Botus, who is the Vice President of Community Relations for the Padres. And right now, there's a very exciting fundraiser going on called Shirts Off Their Backs. Can you tell me what this is all about?
For the 16th year, Allie, we are giving fans the opportunity for $1 to purchase a scratcher ticket, and they may be a winner and have the opportunity after the last game of the season to go down onto the field and get a jersey directly off a player's back.
Well, that is exciting. How long is this fundraiser going about, and where does the money go?
We will be selling tickets through the 4th inning for every remaining home game while supplies last, and all of the money benefits our Padres Foundation, and we'll be allocating it towards youth baseball, softball, and our cancer research fund.
That's great. Well, fans, I got to tell you, I was talking to these people right before the interview, and there's already been a winner today. So you've got to get a ticket, try and get a shirt off their back. And Sue, finally, how are you enjoying Star Wars night?
Lots of energy, love the costumes, all the fans coming out dressed up, enjoying the day. It's fabulous. Thanks.
Well, with that, thank you for your time, Sue, and Darth Vader, back to you.
Well, thanks to Sue Bodis and her crew, and also the Madres helping out with the collection of those funds. And there you go. There's the guys. There's the culprits. The Padres production, they've done a tremendous job tonight. You see Alex Miniak as the stormtrooper. There's Matt. What are you, Matt? Seriously. What are you?
I think he's a referee.
Here's Matt, the leader of the... Oh, he's Darth.
Oh, my goodness.
You're not my father. You're not my father. Now, but tremendous job tonight, guys. Thank you very much. This is a great night. And here comes the Ewok, Travis Jankowski.
Yeah, that Ewok, he could run. I mean, walk would only double, but Ewok would turn that double into a triple. Then the top of the order, Myers and Spangenberg. In all seriousness, Sue Batos is one of the superstars of this Padre organization. She is fabulous and always got a smile and upbeat and does so many terrific things behind the scenes that make the San Diego Padres special. And again, you folks know the drill on that. You buy the $1 ticket and you scratch it off, and apparently there's a number or some indicator that that is a winning ticket. And then the last game of the season, after the Padres complete their work against Milwaukee on Thursday, then you're awarded a jersey. You may get the manager's jersey. You may get a reserve. You might get Tyson Ross. You might get Matt Kemp.
To that point, too, Dick, it's a tremendous honor for the players. And I've been there before. When you take your shirt off and you give it to one of the fans that have been there before, this game is nothing without the fans. And you understand that as a player. And it really is a great tribute that the Padres organization does. And to follow that on the Sue Bodis thing, there's no off season for these guys in the front office. They do a tremendous job, and they are constantly working. In this front office is first class.
Jankowski, ground ball left side. He's got the speak, and he outrun the throw by Owings. He is out. Goldschmidt had to lead the bag briefly, got back down in time.
Well, immediately Jose Valentin pointed to the
2003, 2004,
dugout.
2005, 2006, 2007, 2008, 9, 2010, 2011, 2012. Time's up.
Let's see if he comes back down on it. And it looks like he does with just barely that toe to nab Jankowski, and they are not going to review that one.
If you weren't with us last night, we discussed the whole review process, and one of the suggestions was that you have a 15-second delay or 12-second. What did we decide? It was
15.
Right, 15. And in that case, they made the decision within that 15 seconds.
Oh, I like that idea.
Will Myers, his first time up, grounded to short. No score. We're in the bottom of the third at Petco on baseball night in San Diego, Saturday night, and the Saturday night Star Wars night with all the characters here. Goodness. Change up 2-0. Myers, Luke Skywalker, wasn't he kind of the hero, right?
Yes.
Luke, a real good guy.
Luke, I am your father.
You're Luke's father?
No, I have no relation. There's Luke. Will Myers.
Kind of got that boyish look of Luke Skywalker, doesn't it?
Yeah, he had Yoda on his back.
Oh, man.
Wisdom I might give.
That's a strike, 3-1. When did Star Wars, the first movie, come out? I mean, that's a long time ago, right?
I'm saying late 70s, early 80s,
Yeah.
but that's a guess.
What were you, about 5 years old?
I was born in 1969.
You remember all these characters? I saw the movie, and it was a terrific movie, but I don't remember all the characters. You know? I should have
Other than the main ones, I do not.
rented the old movie. It was a gas, that movie.
$1981. I'm hearing.
Ground ball chopped to the right side, right at Aaron Hill, and Myers is gone. A couple of ground ball outs here in the third. Only one hit in the game, and that was the Padres' Matt Kemp.
Well, this was the play that really surprised a lot of people. Tomas goes back, and he takes a different route to this and collides to the wall, but making a nice catch against Corey Spangenberg, getting robbed for the second night in a row.
Would not have been a home run, but it would have been close. It would have hit about 2 feet from the top of the wall and left. Certainly would have been a double, maybe a triple with Spangenberg's speed.
Whoa.
He's not been able to really spin that slow curveball in there very often.
Yeah, and you always hear the pitchers, that's a field pitch, especially that slow breaking ball. He's just trying to get a strike. But to the benefit of the Padres, he's been getting into those hitters' counts. They have to capitalize on those.
That's a strike.
And when he's missed with the breaking ball or the off-speed pitch, even the changeup, he's come back with that fastball most times.
Spangenberg playing third base tonight. Jan Solarte given another start off with that nagging hamstring. So added information, the first Star Wars movie in 1977. So you're talking 38 years ago. So you weren't even born yet.
I said late 70s. Darth Vader.
Studying his notes.
Matt, that's a good look. That's Matt Coy, a.k.a. Darth Vader. Everyone is in costume now. I got to love that. You guys are locked in over there.
As Mark Grant would say, you know, they're humans too. So give these characters a hug if you see them on the street. They're good eggs, these guys. 3-2. And there's a base hit up the middle. Spangenberg spanks it solidly. Takes a big turn. Going to try for two. And he's in there. Force the quick throw. That is turning a normal single into a leg double in a hurry. Well done. It took a perfect play in the outfield to get him, and they couldn't come up with it.
Yeah, our Fanacam shows that perfect swing by Corey Spangenberg, but exactly what you talked about, Dick, the effort out of the batter's box, putting your head down. And this is the read right around first base. He puts his head down, and with 2 outs, a perfect opportunity to leg out that hustling double by Corey Spangenberg. I love that.
Pollock over into right center, had to hurry his throw to Hill. It was wide, and Spangenberg earns a 2-base hit. Hustle double.
I think Pollock was surprised at the speed of Corey Spangenberg, and that's a surprise to me.
And Pollock has excellent speed himself. I don't think I'd want to race him 90 feet. Matt Kemp singled his first time, the other base hit off Hellickson.
See if Matt sits on a off-speed pitch early in the count.
Pulls it foul. is Ando Calrissian. You remember what his role was, Calrissian?
I wish I could tell you.
Just look good, man.
He does look good.
Yeah, it does.
I think a Colt 45 when I see that picture.
1 strike to Kemp. His 100th RBI sitting out there at second base in the form of Spangenberg. Out in front, changeup.
Yeah, Lando Calrissian. Billy D. Williams played that role.
Most RBIs this year. The Rockies, Arenado leads the way. Goldschmidt there at first base, second, and Matt Kemp one ahead of Chris Bryant.
Perfect time to get that century mark right here and put the Padres on top.
Ellickson ahead on the count, 2 strikes. And he gets him with the off speed, the changeup. A strikeout per inning for Hellickson. That's his 3rd. No score as we advance to the 4th. Yeah, the brilliant shortstop, the rookie for the Astros, a home run today. And Houston struggling here late in September. A very key win for them, 9-7.
And for Carlos Correa, number 20 and 21 today. And also Jose Altuve also had 2 home runs in that game, number 13 and 14. But the Astros have to win. They have been the story in baseball throughout the whole year, and they're playing their worst baseball at the wrong time.
At home, they beat the Rangers, so they pull within 3.5 of Texas in the American League West. Aaron Hill, then Pollock and Goldschmidt for the D-backs here in the 4th. Well, tomorrow the final game of the 3-game weekend series. 12:30 our TV time here on Fox Sports San Diego. James Shields, 14 wins lurking for him. He's 13-6 against Zach Godley. He's 5-1 for Arizona. Another fly ball. Kemp another chance. One away, and tonight's cold hard facts are brought to you by clean, crisp Coors Light. And here is our facts tonight. National League leaders, highest average since the midseason All-Star game. Joey Votto, 363. Kiki Hernandez, 361. Peralta of Arizona. Seager, the young rookie with the Dodgers. Kadire, the veteran with the Mets. What a good hitter. And Pollock at 344.
Yeah, Corey Seager, a lot of people around baseball are talking about the young man in Los Angeles. And he has hit the ground running since his call-up. But for A.J. Pollock, He's had a tremendous year. A lot of people are talking about his numbers and comparing him with Andrew McCutchen from the Pittsburgh Pirates.
Fly to center his first time tonight. Clay Hensley joins us down by the Padre dugout. Here in the 4th inning, no score. The Diamondbacks and Padres.
Guys, I got to tell you, it's really nice to see Erlen tonight. He's changing speeds, and this is one of the things we talked about earlier in the pregame show, that for him to have success is change speeds. And from down here on the field, he threw that changeup to set up that fastball away to get that fly ball out to Kemp that last at bat. It's pretty impressive. He's selling the arm speed, and I think it's going to be a key to him to be pitching in the big leagues for a long time.
You know, Clay, to further that, is it beneficial for a Robbie Erlen type pitcher to throw backwards first to set up that fastball, or vice versa?
Well, it really just depends. You know, you let the hitters talk to you and tell you what they're going to do. If guys are starting to sit on your fastball, then you want to switch it up, but you don't want to give them the boat too early.
Pulled by Pollock to third. The throw by Spangenberg just in time. You can see Pollock has good wheels. 2 away.
You can see right there, too, Mark and Dick, he did it again. He set up a nice pitch before that changeup, threw a nice fastball, and got the changeup and got him roll over to third. And that's a nice thing about this. If he continues to do that with the ball down, I think he's going to have success here. Right here you can see out in front, rolls over. But understand this, in order to get those guys to do that and these big league hitters to do that more often than not, you have to have those other pitchers and throw them for strikes, and he's doing a good job with that, establishing that fastball early.
Here's Goldschmidt. Second in the National League in RBIs. Fly to center his first at bat, and he is the best batting average of any National Leaguer against left-handed pitching, .374. Takes a strike.
Oh, that's a good arm side fastball. Down and away to Paul Goldschmidt.
2 outs, bases empty. You can pitch carefully here. A walk isn't a bad thing. Nice changeup.
Yeah, that's exactly what Clay's talking about there. Backs up that fastball with his second pitch with a changeup. And the swing and miss by Paul Goldschmidt.
And to echo on that too, Mark, I mean, down here you can see it. The arm speed is really good. It looks just like his fastball.
And to gain that arm speed, that's what the hitters have problems with the changeup. If you vary your release, they can pick that up. If you slow your arm down, they will pick that up, and then they can capitalize on those secondary pitches. But if you continue your arm speed, they'll tend to swing at that, especially when you have that same release point.
Strike 3 called, and Goldschmidt knew it. Caught the inside corner. Second strikeout for Erlen. He's breezing along. 4 hitless innings for the young left-hander. Bottom of the 4th. Justin Upton leading it off for the Padres. Play, win together in the heart of San Diego. By Jack in the Box, taste the new spicy nacho chicken sandwich, munchie meal tonight. And by Jerome's, proud sponsor of the best seats in the house. Going back 9-10 years ago, they used to carry their backpacks Star Wars style out to the bullpen.
Yeah, you come up as a rookie, you're going to have a backpack when you go to the bullpen, and you have to bring all the goodies to the bullpen. But you'll also either wear a pink backpack, or when Star Wars hit the land, that's what they did. And I like those. Very creative guys.
Justin Upton, Jed Jerko, Derek Norris, the middle three of the Padre order, to bat in the bottom of the fourth. Robbie Erlin throwing a beauty so far. Only 2 base runners, a strikeout wild pitch, and a walk. Ground ball, glove by Drury at third. He robs Upton of a base hit. That ball was smashed.
I talked to the AAA manager, Phil Nevin, of the Reno Aces, that managed Drury, and he said he's got great hands, especially at third base. Played it at shortstop last night, but you could see him going to his left, making a nice accurate throw to first base too. That's a nice play.
Jed Jerko popped to short his first time on Star Wars night. It figures that Jerko should come up with something special, doesn't
He's
it?
a young Jedi.
Yeah. Maybe his middle name starts with I. Jedi Jerko. Could. Two strikes.
Well, Clay, down near the dugout, what are you seeing from Jeremy Hellickson as we see Jedi Jerko?
You know, right now he's actually getting ahead in the count, but the fact is that what I do like about it, he's keeping the ball down. He's got some good arm speed. He's been around the league for a while, and I was interested to see him come out here today this late in the season, see what it looked like, and I like the arm speed.
Just off the plate.
Yeah, Jeremy Hellickson coming in just over 4 years of Major League service, but 49 career wins.
Back toward us. Let's check our Arco top tier player profile. And Hellickson, who's had good success over in the right against all the other teams in Major League Baseball, is 8-7, ERA under 4, but against the Padres, 5 starts, 1-3 with an ERA over 8. Padre hitters batting .327 with 5 home runs off him.
Yeah, typically you'll have a team that you're very successful against, but you'll also have that team that you don't have very good results against.
So far so good for him, but Padres know that they've had success. Jerko swings and misses.
Clay, did you have a team that you liked pitching against or hated pitching against?
I can tell you right now, one of the teams that I hated pitching against was Los Angeles Dodgers. For some reason, I didn't really have too much of a big problem pitching here against them here in San Diego. But every time we went up to LA, I just always struggled in LA for whatever reason. You know, for me personally, the mound is so high in LA. I felt like every time I started there, I mean, my back would absolutely kill me. I mean, being 4'2", it helped out a little bit, but still, it's a pretty long way down there to throw.
Yet the mounds are supposed to be a given height and no taller, but it's just the slope probably impacts you.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely impacts you. I mean, you talk about that a little bit, you know, with L.A., their mound is so high, but then you go to places like Pittsburgh, and it's so low, it almost feels like you're throwing on flat ground. And the disadvantage there, especially for a guy my stature, is it feels like you're just throwing flat ground and that everything's flat. So Pittsburgh was a little bit of a tough place to pitch, as was L.A.
You saw that first pitch to Derek Norris, a big sweeping curveball for a strike, and now he comes back with strike 2.
A lot of stormtroopers out there.
He's got his hand out like he thinks it might be raining. Is that what he's doing there?
Maybe he's saying trick or treat.
Could be. Yeah, we're getting close, aren't we? Noticed in the market today, they got those pumpkins out and some of the decorations in the neighborhood. The kids getting excited. Candy's around the corner. Hit by a pitch the first time, Norris. Ripped again. Oh, he is hot. Picked on that changeup. The third Padre hit. He's reached base 9 out of the last 10 at bats.
Well, I smell a Phantom Cam, and why not? This is an absolute perfect swing. Great balance. sits on that changeup and not out front at all. I think this all started with his approach a few nights ago, going the opposite way, that opposite field home run, then the double to right field, and now he's in perfect position, and you start seeing the benefits of a pull hitter going the other way for a couple days.
A bit too generous was I for Norris. 8 out of the last 10 times. He has 6 hits, a hit batsman, and a walk. He's made out only twice in those 10 at bats. Well, here's Amarista. Took a 3rd strike the first time up. Back in the 2nd. Ooh, he's kind of trying to go deep.
Well, we've seen Alexi be very aggressive, almost overly aggressive early in the counts. There's nothing wrong with that, but then you have to tone back a little bit, shorten your swing. It's actually a base running situation for Derek Norris if he wants to take an opportunity. You got to change the game offensively just a little bit. The pitcher spot behind Lexi Amarista, not a bad time. Like if you're thinking along the lines of a stolen base, try to pick out one of those off-speed pitches. Slow breaking ball, a changeup. Just give you that extra step.
Dodgers are in Colorado tonight, scoring a lot of runs, as one would expect at Coors. Rockies lead 6-5. They're in the 6th. Here, no score. Bottom of the 4th, 2 outs, and Norris at first base with that single. Way out in front of the curveball. Yeah, one's coming your way, Clay.
Trying to pick it over here for you. I am going to pick one before this season's over, I promise you.
Don't do it. Get a better dental plan and take your cover.
Right. Yeah, there's been a couple hot shots over here. I like it, but it keeps you on your toes.
A ball, 2 strikes to Amarista. In the dirt, curveball. Yeah, this day in history, September 26, a couple of significant events. In 1961, Roger Maris, despite the fact that everyone in New York was rooting against him, tied Babe Ruth when he hit his 60th home run off Baltimore's Jack Fisher. Yeah, poor Maris. In one, they didn't want Ruth's record to be broken, and if it was going to be broken, they wanted Mantle to do it, not Roger Maris.
Well, you look at this play, Alexi Amarista on the bounce fouls this ball off.
Boy, you can't. That's tough to do unless you're a cricketer.
Stick ball.
So the count 1-2, not 2-2. And also on this date in 1981, Nolan Ryan tossed his 5th no-hitter, the first major leaguer with 5. Victims were the Dodgers. Hit well to deep right center field. Pollock racing into the gap and makes the catch. Got a good break on the ball. And the Padres denied in the 4th. Leave a man to the 5th. No score.
See, starts him off with a slow breaking ball, then goes to the arm side fastball for the strike. And changing up, which I thought was the key pitch of the inning, then the slow breaking ball, and freezing him with a fastball inside, just a little bit off the plate, but nice execution by Robbie Erlin. And down to Clay Hensley talking about just the way he's attacking these hitters. Pretty impressive.
Well, you touched on that too, Mark. What he did right there is he started him off backwards, which was great. He started him with that first pitch curveball, got him looking away, goes back to a changeup away, goes back to a fastball away, gets him to roll over for a foul ball, and then pounds him with a fastball inside. I like that because if you look at that, that's what you're going to have to do at this league. You're going to have to be able to make those adjustments. When you see guys starting to sit on that fastball early, you have to be able to throw your secondary pitches for strikes, and he did that in that at-bat, starting it off with a curveball for a strike. I like it. It's impressive to see, especially in his second start here.
Well, you see the pitch arsenal, a lot of fastballs. He's aggressive with the fastballs, setting up everything else. And as Clay said last inning, the arm speed with the off-speed stuff. That is such an important play.
Fans having a good time on Star Wars night, Saturday night baseball night in San Diego as we go to the fifth. Wellington Castillo, then Yasmani Tomas and Brandon Drury against Erlin. No score. Only 3 hits in the game. Kemp with a single, Spanchenberg a leg double, and Norris with a single. Castillo flying to right, his first at bat. There's that off speed. Now 0-2. We'll test our Padre fans' memory in a moment. How many of you can remember how Robbie Erlin found his way to becoming a Padre? I'll give you a chance to think that one over and give you the answer after this next pitch. 1-2. Oh, inside 2-2. Erlin and Joe Whelan to the Padres 4 years ago for reliever Mike Adams with the Texas Rangers.
How about that efficiency tonight with the pitch count per inning? 45 pitches, and he is pounding the strike zone and living on the edges as well.
Change up in the dirt, so a full count now to Castillo after he was ahead 0-2. Got to be careful. This man has home run power, 19 homers this year. Out in front of the plate, Merlin fields, and an easy out at first. It's time for our Mission Fed ticket hunt winners. Mission Fed is hiding Padres prize packs all around San Diego town. Follow Fox Sports San Diego and Mission Fed on Twitter, and you may just have a chance to win.
What a great looking family, and congratulations and thank you.
Brings up Yasmani Tomas. Hit the ball hard. One hop to the right of Jerko at second, able to backhand it and throw him out back in the second inning. And he hits it to right again. That'll be down into the crowd in the corner.
Well, Clay, you're seeing a mixture of pitches, even starting off these at bats. Sometimes the breaking ball, sometimes the changeup, and right there the fastball in to Tomas.
No, this is what I love about it too tonight. He's doing a great job of that. That last AB when he got him to roll over in front of the plate, I was hoping that he was going to throw a changeup in a 3-2 count.
Line drive left field. Kemp is, or Upton rather, is there, and 2 away. The ball hit hard, but Hampton positioned perfectly for the second out here in the 5th inning and brings up Brandon Drury.
You know, and to finish that thought real quick, Mark, I like that right there. This is what you want to see from a young guy starting to develop here in the big leagues. You have to be able to throw those pitches in any count. And I was hoping we were going to get a chance to see him do that. Throw a 3-2 off-speed pitch for a strike, and he did it. And he did it with a great arm speed, and he sold it, and he got him to roll over.
Strike to start Drury. He flied to center his first. Ooh, that went back
You know, Dick, so many times you think about it. Robbie Erlin, only 24 years old, but the body language tells the story. You saw his first start in Colorado, did not look confident, didn't look like he was locating his pitches. And to Clay's point, tonight, a different Robbie Erlin. He looks confident to me. I said he needed to get into a rhythm early in this game, and he has done just that.
Did he go? No, says first base umpire Johnson. Fans don't agree. Let's take a look.
That was pretty close.
Sure was. So ball, 2 strikes to the rookie Drury.
See if he comes in.
Off the fist, right to Amarista. And that's it for the D-backs in the 5th. We're at the halfway mark in this one, and Robbie Erlin is pitching a beauty. In 2006, the Diamondbacks and Padres, and catcher Mike Piazza of the Padres, his 400th home run off Diamondbacks pitcher Jose Valverde. Piazza would finish his career with 427 home runs. And Star Wars night on Saturday in San Diego, a full moon. That'll bring out the characters, you know.
That's a full cheese.
Beauty.
Stormtroopers are working hard tonight.
Those outfits are a little warm on this humid night. Robbie Erlin. And then Jankowski and Myers in the bottom of the 5th inning. No score. Right center field. Will that drop? Nope. Over is Enciarte, and he was having trouble with the lights. Line out for Erlin.
Well, these are the tough balls going to your gap if you're a corner outfielder. Especially those line drives, goes right into those banking of lights.
Jankowski grounded to short his first time. Myers, the leadoff hitter on deck.
Clay, you've been a starter in the big leagues, and you're in a rhythm, you're in a good rhythm, then you get up there, you line out to right field. Is that a benefit, or would you rather help yourself offensively?
I think obviously you want to help yourself offensively. I mean, when you're in a rhythm out there on the mound, you just want to be in the game and keep the pace of the game going forward. I mean, I think what gets you in trouble is whenever pitching coaches are coming out, whether it's on you or whether it's on the opposing team, and it starts to slow down the game. I think that gets you out of the rhythm a little bit. But as far as playing the game, whether it's offensively and out there on the mound, I don't think it'll change too much for him.
2 balls, no strikes, Jankowski. 3-0. Hellickson has struck out 4. He's hit a batter, and that's it. No walks. Behind 3-0. 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Lays in a fastball at 89. Like to get Jankowski on there with his speed, do some damage. That's shallow in left field. A long run for Tomas. Can he get there? No, in foul territory. No, the count will be full. Jankowski returns to home plate.
Dick, so many times we talk about energy and implementing that into the lineup. Last night, Travis Jankowski hits one to that right center gap, and he puts his head down. 2 outs, and he's safe at second base. Again, tonight, Corey Spangenberg, nice swing in the gap against A.J. Pollock, and he continues to add that energy. That's what you have to do when you get an opportunity, and that's part of your game. You have to put that energy into the lineup.
And in essence, with Jankowski hitting 9th and Spangenberg occasionally will hit leadoff, you've got those 2 speedsters really back to back.
It puts so much pressure on those outfielders, and they will start peeking at these runners and could expose the defense a little bit on those plays.
Payoff pitch. Spoils that one. Defensive swing, but keeps him alive.
You know, and to touch on that, guys, I mean, how much fun is it also, especially from being here at the field, whether you're watching the game at the field or you're at home watching it, and you know a guy can run when you get the opportunity to see him throw it in 5th gear and take second. I mean, it's a lot of fun to watch.
You're absolutely right. Fans do love the speed of the game. It's a couple of rare individuals here as Jankowski sends one to center field. Pollock right there. A couple of well hit balls, Erlin and Jankowski, but right to the outfielders.
Now you just marvel at A.J. Pollock and how he plays the center field position. Turned the wrong way and then easily just flips his head. But the calmness that he has in his position, that's what you have to marvel at. And when you have a center fielder like that, it affords the corner outfielders to play their areas. What a luxury it is for the Diamondbacks to have that star player.
So here's the 2013 American League Rookie of the Year against the 2011 Rookie of the Year, Hellickson. A couple of groundouts for Myers to short and to second. He has a couple of home runs off Hellickson. 1-1.
That's a good take. Down the strike already, and that's that borderline pitch, and when you stay off that, locks you in mentally. See if he sits on a breaking ball here.
Right field, slicing into the corner. Long run for Inciarte, and he's got it in foul territory. The Padres go in order in the 5th. It's still no score at Petco. Defense so far from both sides. Erlin fielding his position. The glove flip for a nice play. Shot to third. Spangenberg able to handle the hot corner behind Erlin. Erlin with a couple of strikeouts as well. And Jeremy Hellickson. He too getting good defensive support on this drive by Spangenberg. It's Tomasin left, taking on the wall and making the catch. Hellickson with 4 strikeouts, no walks, and we have no score. Our Harris game summary. Here's the matchup tonight. 5 innings complete. The only hits allowed, Hellickson 3. And a very efficient night for lefty Robbie Erlin. Only 53 pitches to get through 5 innings.
We have a pitching duel. Star Wars night.
Not a lot of shutouts in Star Wars, right?
No, you got to be careful.
Back up the middle. Jerko on the run, has to hurry. And gets him. A close play at first. As Owings hustling up the line. The ball wasn't hit very hard, so Jerko had little time to field and throw.
Yeah, first base umpire Anthony Johnson took his time with this call, and I like it because it was a bang-bang play. Going to his right, and Jed Jerko gets just enough on that throw.
Bang, bang. I know it sounded a bit ridiculous when I said yesterday one of the things we could have is on these bang bang plays have the players challenge, not the dugouts challenge. And they know, he knew he was out, very close, but you could have challenged that, spend another 3 minutes to go back to New York and come back and get the obvious decision. High fly off first into foul territory, real tough play, and it's going to fall just out of play. Myers, Kemp, Jerko unable to get there.
Well, that was no man's land right down there, and it's very difficult because that padded wall is right at that thigh area. Makes it very uncomfortable if you're in full speed. Watch that look right here. See this padded area right there. Very difficult. It gets into that thigh area that knocks your hands down. You start slowing down before that wall. Saw last night Matt Kemp sliding into that right field wall to prevent injury.
And Hellickson caught looking. That's a third strikeout for Robbie Erlin. 2 away here in the 6th.
As promised earlier in the game, we have tonight's T-Mobile Strongest Fan Photo. Tweet your hashtag using hashtag SDDataStrongFan for a chance to be shown in an upcoming broadcast. Brought to you by T-Mobile.
Top of the order for the Diamondbacks. Ender Inciarte. Erlin has pitched only 1 man over the minimum. As the D-backs turn the order over, and leadoff man Inciarte comes up with 2 outs in the 6th. Slow curveball does not break enough. Back in high school, Santa Cruz area at Scotts Valley, Erlin once threw a 15 strikeout no-hitter. He was drafted by Texas in the 3rd round as a teenager. And there's no question to this point his best ever major league start. 2-1.
Well, Dick, when you watch pitchers and they're in that rhythm, their misses are good misses off the plate. So many times when you get hit, you're missing location and it's over the heart of the plate. Easier for the offensive guy to adjust to those.
Line drive, fair ball. There's the first hit of the game offered by Robbie Erlin, and Inciarte is on his way for 2. And having trouble is Upton in the corner, so on to third goes Inciarte. So the first hit of the night allowed by Robbie Erlin becomes a double that caroms away from Upton for a triple. Fortunately, it comes with 2 outs. Spattering of applause from the fans recognizing that Erlin is pitching a gem to that swing.
Well, good piece of hitting by Inciarte, and it was a good pitch by Robbie Erlin. This ball is very dangerous because when you get close to that wall, it can kick any direction. It goes past Justin Upton, and with 2 outs, Inciarte is sitting at third base.
So the first pressure point of the night for Robbie Erlin with Aaron Hill, the batter. And a strike. Hill has popped up and flied to right. No score. NCRD, the first Diamondback to be in scoring position, and he's all the way to third.
Now you think about the benefit of Enciarte even being on third base. Robbie Erlin can continue that rhythm in the windup.
That's a good point. He hasn't had to pitch from the stretch but to a couple of batters tonight. Ahead on the count, 2 strikes to Hill. Got him swinging, strike 3. So the Diamondbacks do spoil the no-hit bid by Erlin, but he's pitching out of trouble. NCRD's triple with 2 away. Hill goes after that fading changeup. One hit, and in the bottom of the 6th inning, Spangenberg, Kemp, and Upton to bat against Jeremy Hellickson. Hellickson has allowed only 1 man in scoring position. That was Spangenberg, who hustled his single into a double in the 3rd inning with 2 outs. And of course, the hit by NCRD, the triple in the top half of the inning, the only time the D-backs have had a man in scoring position. Spangenberg robbed of a hit with that long drive to left, with Tomas going into the wall to capture it back in the 1st. And then he grounded a single to right center and legged it into a double in the 3rd.
Well, Spangenberg came in 4 for 7 against Hellickson. He looks very comfortable against Jeremy.
Slow curveball at 71.
Perfect opportunity for the Padres offense to capitalize now. 3rd time around.
Line to left. That's going to be a base hit. Going to get into the corner. Yes, it will. Spangenberg will get at least 2. Tomas digs it out, and Spangenberg, a leadoff double. His second 2-base hit tonight.
Well, Dick, there's certain guys that just see that release point, and it's a comfortable feeling. And Corey Spangenberg, for Jeremy Hellickson, sees the ball very well. Whether you throw fastball, changeup, or curveball, it does not matter. And again, Corey Spangenberg slicing this down the left field line, and leadoff double for the Pods.
Took a nice straight carom back to Tomas, as we've already seen with Upton in that corner. You get deep into the left field corner by the foul pole, and you can't anticipate where it's going to go. It starts running away from you like your pet animal.
Now the Phantom Cam in a beautiful swing, balanced, using his lower half very well. Taking that ball where it's pitched.
So the go-ahead score in this scoreless tie at second with no one out, and the big boys coming up, Kemp, Upton, and Jerko. Line single and a strikeout for Kemp. Slow curveball in there. Yeah, looking for that 100th RBI, but it's a situation where you want to move that runner to third if you can.
Well, Hellickson knows that too, and in his first at bat tried to throw that fastball in on Matt Kemp, and he lined it to left.
Plenty of speed out there at second. In the dirt, and there he goes to third. Wild pitch, and the Padres now have the go-ahead score 90 feet away.
Well, this is a wild pitch, but I think this is on the catcher Castillo. He got lazy back there. With the breaking ball coming, he's calling the pitch, and you can see on our phantom cam being very lazy trying to pick this ball. And to the benefit of the Padres, Corey Spangenberg advances to third base.
That ball hit home plate and just skidded through the legs.
Well, if you see the breaking ball lower, you have to block it. You have to keep it in front.
And the Padres can take the lead on and out. No one out. And a golden opportunity for Kemp to grab his 100th RBI.
I see the defense halfway, especially at shortstop. Owings.
Right back to Hellickson. He looks back the runner and throws out Kemp. Gets by Hellickson. That's a base hit and a run. Here's Upton. He struck out. Good play made by third baseman Drury to dive into the hole and throw him out the last time. Well, Upton, who had 15 home runs a long time ago, he's been in kind of a drought the last 2 months here at home. Well, Venable and Upton share the most home runs hit by a Padre at Petco.
Yeah, it wouldn't be a bad time to do that. This game almost seems like it's going to have one of those magical moments.
Are they going to pitch to Upton? Infield in a bit tighter. Drury, Owings on the left side, Hill and Goldschmidt at second and first.
All pinched in.
Hitter's delight. Did not go. Upton with 80 runs batted in as the bullpen busy for D-backs. David Hernandez, the right-hander. Matt Reynolds, the lefty.
Well, this might be a pitch around for Justin Upton, and look for the center of the plate because Hellickson can still throw that mistake.
Ball two, same spot.
Yeah, this trying to expose Justin Upton out of the strike zone. They're putting it on the hands of Jed Jerko.
No score, one out, bottom of the sixth. Spangenberg a double and a wild pitch, perched at third. And another pitch inside, 3-0.
Well, why you might see the pitch around because of this. Pitchers don't forget the times that hitters take them deep. Saw the pulled swing and then the opposite field bomb. That's the reason why you're seeing 3 straight fastballs in off the plate to Justin to this point.
He threw him a strike, but a breaking ball, 3-1.
Well, that was an automatic take for Justin because of the previous 3 pitches. But now you start locking in and possibly look for that breaking ball again out over the plate.
Look at that 21-mile-an-hour range in his pitches. Makes it tough to read. 3-1. And got him to swing at ball 4. Game presented in brilliant HD as always by Sony. Well, 4 fastballs inside, but one of those fouled away, the 3-1. Curveball was a strike. is Upton thinking here? What's he going to get from Hellickson? Ooh, just got a piece of that. And again, ball 4.
Well, you got to say this, Hellickson, whenever he faces a guy like Upton, these guys are game changers, and this is probably the first point of the game for Hellickson, where runners in scoring position. This is a pressure situation, and you got a guy that could be a difference maker. So look, I'm assuming what he did on those first couple pitches were throwing pitches out of the zone, not so that he would just spit on him and not even take a bite at him, but giving him a chance to kind of roll over on one of those ball pitches. If you end up getting ahead of the guy, or you end up evening a count, then you can attack him. But he definitely wasn't giving him something to hit early.
Only 1 strike of 6, and that in the dirt. So he did finally walk him. That was a good piece of pitching. He was hoping Upton might swing at a ball that he couldn't do anything with.
Both sides executing. Hellickson not taking a chance with Justin Upton to change the game, but Justin staying in the strike zone. Other than that fastball that he fouled off, nice at bat.
That's the first walk from Hellickson tonight. Brings up Jerko. Runners at the corners, 1 out. Jerko's popped up and struck out. Major League average 50%, less than 2 outs and a runner at third. Jerko's average much higher. Portends well for the Padres. Infield now back, looking for a double play chance. Curveball for a strike.
Yeah, and that's the best breaking ball he's thrown tonight, staying out of the middle of the plate, right on the edge. So we'll see the defense set up the double play in the middle of the infield.
Fly ball, not too deep. Pollock and Inciarte. Inciarte with a catch. Here comes Spangenberg. Here comes the throw to the plate. He's in there! And the Padres lead it 1-0. It took all of the immense speed of Spangenberg to beat that throw. Maybe Jankowski could have done it, but no other Padre would have scored on that shallow fly ball.
Dick, we talked about the energy. Inciarte has a real good arm in right field. You see him throwing a strike to the plate, and the speed of Corey Spangenberg and tagging. And you can see Inciarte throwing that high all the way in the air to home plate. And credit Justin Upton on the back end, tagging at first base and advancing to second base. Check out the slide of Corey Spangenberg on our Phantom Cam.
He gets in there in a hurry and needed to. That was a terrific throw from Inciarte. And the manager of the D-backs, Chip Hale, has asked for a review. Play at the plate. I can't argue with this. On a scoring play, in some ways it should be automatic. I don't think it's going to be reversed, but they're going to take a look at it in New York.
Well, that's the crew chief, Jerry Meals, that you see right here. He's the home plate umpire tonight. And he was in perfect position to make this call.
The only question here is if the front leg didn't get to the plate and was in the air, but as they replay it now, whoa, it does come up. And then does the back leg get across home plate before the tag?
Now you wonder if he spikes that front foot on the edge of the plate.
Enough to overturn, we'll see.
And Dick, we've seen a lot of these slides too, and why that front foot comes up, because their weight is sitting back just a little bit. If you put your chest a little bit further up, that'll keep your front foot down, and you can actually do that pop-up slide a little bit easier. But you're seeing a lot of mistakes by these base runners elevating that front foot. Watch his front foot. It's the left foot of his, and you wonder if it spikes on that corner.
I don't think so.
But then his weight is shifted back. It elevates, and giving an opportunity to place that tag.
But I think the back leg does get in before the tag is made. Right here, no tag. he gets him up on the back thigh. By that time, I think the trail leg is over the plate.
Yeah, you wonder if that right shin gets to the plate before anything else.
Well, Mark, to kind of talk about where when the guys are going into home plate, you can see Castillo was in front of home plate quite a bit, and it looks to me from down here especially, it looked like Spangenberg was trying to reach out to that right side of the plate, trying to get back away from the tag from Castillo. I think when guys are tending to do that, when they're trying to get out of the way of the catcher, obviously swinging back to make a tag, it kind of shifts that weight back, and you're absolutely right. It starts to bring that front leg up, which gives them an opportunity to tag, but they are trying to get away from the catcher, swiping them at the same time.
That's why Pat Murphy might be on the phone to the bullpen. But there is some stirring out there in the Padres half of the bullpen area. Yeah, we've got a little tighter look now. The front foot does come up before he hits home plate. There is contact there.
Yeah, and I think he's safe.
And I think the
front
thigh is on the plate.
Yeah, the thigh or even that shin area, I think, touches the corner of the plate before that tag is applied.
Well, here comes the decision. Jerry Meals, the crew chief, says safe. Now, see here again, folks. Instead of just the casual little safe sign, Meals should come out on a microphone, say, after checking with the replays, the back leg did hit home plate before. Let the fans in on it. Why is that little subtle motion safe? Even just be dramatic about it. Come away from the review and give us a real safe sign.
I got to agree with you, Dick. I would love for the umpire to come out and just maybe drop San Diego 1. Nice little point there. Sounds just like the NFL guys.
So just barely got that back leg on home plate, and all the speed of Spangenberg. What a payoff here. His speed for a double earlier in the game. Another double to lead off. The third on the wild pitch. That becomes important in the inning. And a sacrifice fly by Jerko.
Well, I tell you what, if you're Jed Jerko, you're going over and giving a big high five to Corey Spangenberg, because that fly ball was not that deep. And always to the benefit of having a speedy teammate.
A single and a hit batsman. Hit by pitch is Derek Norris. And here the review process. Hellickson has to stand out there in the mound for a couple, 3 minutes, waiting for them to decide. His pitching rhythm is disturbed somewhat. Upton at second. Nice to pick up a second run here in the 6th inning.
Dick, not lost in that play is Justin Upton, thinking along the lines. He knew it was going to be a bang-bang play at the plate and tagging himself. And once you see that throw from Enciarte that you can't get to the cutoff, you got to take that second base and get into scoring position with 2 outs.
2-0 to the hot-hitting Derek Norris. Fouled at the plate. Fastball of 91. That's about the best velocity of the entire night. As he's working close to the century mark tonight. So the Padres with a 1-0 lead here in the home half of the 6th inning. Two balls and a strike. There's that slow curveball. Doesn't quite catch the high inside corner.
That's been inconsistent all night. Thrown some good ones of late.
Alexi Amarista would be next. Ball 4. So a couple of walks from Hellickson, the only 2 he's allowed here in the 6th inning. So first and second for Amarista.
Well, the Padres continue to grind out at bats. And Mike Harkey, the pitching coach of the Arizona Diamondbacks, trots out to talk to Hellickson.
Amarista struck out and lined to center his last time. a young-looking 28, isn't he, Hellickson?
He is.
He could pass for 18.
Manager Chip Hale on the phone to the bullpen, going over scenarios with Mel Stoudemire Jr., the bullpen coach.
Sitting on 99 pitches. Amarista, a couple of nights ago, the game winner against the Giants. Chance to pick up another run here. 1-0 Padres. 297 hitter with runners in scoring position on the year for the Little Ninja. Little Ninja would work into a Star Wars scheme, wouldn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Ball one. I hope you'll hang one of those slow curveballs and it'll sit up there for you.
Well, hopefully Alexi Amarisa has watched how Corey Spangenberg has approached Jeremy Hellickson, going the other way and using the middle of the field.
High strike, 1-1. Upton at second, Norris at first. Norris on base again.
James Shields wants to hit. Always having a bat, talking to Will Myers. Over comes bench coach Dave Roberts.
I wonder what that's all about. Well, Shields pitches tomorrow. With all the call-ups, there's plenty of bats. It's not as if Shields going to pinch hit. I think Dave Roberts just having some fun.
Always a smile on Doc Roberts' face.
1-2. Did he go? Yes, he did. Strike three. Yeah, that's an empty ending to a profitable inning. It's all about Corey Spangenberg, his double and his speed to outleg this strong throw by Inciarte for the only run of the game. 1-0 San Diego. With a run in the bottom of the sixth inning as we go to the seventh. Pollock, Goldschmidt, and Castillo against Robbie Erlin. And you've been campaigning for A.J. Pollock. He doesn't get the publicity that Andrew McCutchen does in Pittsburgh, but look at the numbers.
And I really think where he plays, too. You look at the slugging percentage, the batting average, obviously, the stolen bases is what really sticks out. But how about the defensive runs saved? So much is talked about by offense, but A.J. Pollock patrolling center field.
McCutchen actually has allowed some runs, 8 runs by his defensive play. That's a huge difference.
And listen, Andrew McCutchen arguably could be the top 5 best players in the game of baseball, but really stacks up well for A.J. Pollock.
Pollock tonight has flied to center and a hard ground ball out to third. Had a single, RBI single, and the grand slam last night for the 5 RBI performance, his best ever. Just 27. Right at the peak of his career. That's a strike with a fastball.
Well, as I said last night, really health is the key, because the last few years he has not been healthy as Sean Kelly gets loose in the Padres bullpen. But this year he's been healthy, all-star nod, and a very talented on both sides of the ball.
There's a base hit to right field. Pollock, leadoff man on here in the 7th. Brings up Goldschmidt.
Well, last 50 games for Paul Goldschmidt have not been his friend, and he has been lights out. Obviously, the numbers combined are very good, but you see the last 50 games, and there's been some discussion of Chip Hale and the Arizona Diamondbacks organization of trying to rest Paul Goldschmidt earlier in the season. And those numbers really indicate that it's a taxing season, and what he puts into the game might be to their benefit of resting him a little bit April and May.
As the season has progressed, he's struck out more and more. He's been punched out 144 times.
Well, you think about it too. At this level, it's about wins and losses. And if you're Chip Hale, the manager of the Arizona Diamondbacks, it's really hard to sit Paul Goldschmidt.
On the other hand, he's walked 114 times. That's an Arizona record.
Hall of Fame manager Bobby Cox, and everybody that's played for Bobby Cox has said this to me, which I thought was really, really interesting. What he would say is he would tell him a week out in advance, hey, you're sitting, that next Sunday you're sitting. And
that far in advance?
Instead of asking the player if he wants to play, because every player is going to say, yeah, I want in. But he's saying, you're going to sit next Sunday unless we fall into a trap and I have to play you. But I want you to work that hard up to that point and play your game, not throttle back just a little bit. If you think about it, 162 games, and Paul Goldschmidt has that mindset of trying to play all of those 162.
Dangerous spot, 2-0, and he takes a strike.
I remember times that there were conversations in the locker room with Bruce Bochy. He'd come up to Greg Vaughn and say, Greg, you need a rest? And Greg would laugh, say, no, I don't want to rest. And that's the mentality of most players. They want to play every single day. And Paul Goldschmidt, that's going to be a tough proposition for Chip Hale and the organization.
And he lays off 3-1.
Listen, at this level, like I said, it's about wins and losses. Chip Hale in his first year as a manager, some of the adjustments you have to make.
10 wins over a year ago for Hale as a rookie manager. 3-1. Shot to short.
Wow.
The second rather. Jerko Amarista double play. Wow. A rocket on one hop, and Jerko with asbestos hands there to be able to turn a 4-6-3 double play. Yeah, the Star Boys guys like that.
Well, this is a shot off Goldschmidt's bat. You can see the glove work of Jed Jerko setting that up for Alexi Amarista. Picking it. Nice feed to Alexi Amarista and an easy double play on the back end. Robbie Erlin loves that.
And television doesn't really tell the true story of how hard that ball was hit and how it could have eaten up Jerko. And that's the kind of ball that you see going off a heel of a glove out into right center field. Well done by Jed Jerko. 2 away to Castillo.
The Jedi Master.
The attendance is announced tonight, 32,186. Changeup. Valet at second.
Well, in our phantom cam, you can see just getting out of harm's way. A.J. Pollock trying to break that up, and you have to be talented in the middle of the diamond.
Two and one. Erlin with only 76 pitches to get 2 outs into the 7th inning. But he's given up a single and a rocket, 1 hopper that became a double play. Fortunate for the Padres and Erlin, that ball. That's a strike. 2-2.
Well, I love the rhythm that Robbie Erlin has got himself into. He's using both sides of the plate, both glove side and arm side.
Tomas would be next.
And has really limited his mistakes tonight.
Inside target and too far inside.
You think about the misses too, just the misses inside. That ball is supposed to be on the inside part of the plate, but it misses off the plate.
Center field, charging is Jankowski, and he makes the play. And again, speed pays off for Erlin and the Padres as Jankowski chases that one down. And he needed all of that foot speed to get there in time. Stretch half of the 7th at Petco. Brought to you by the UPS store. Spangenberg a pair of doubles and scoring the game's only run. Kemp with a single and Norris a single. Hit batsman and a walk, on base all 3 times.
Now the speed of Corey Spangenberg tonight has been the difference maker. Offensively, he's been outstanding, but the sacrifice fly by Jed Jerko and the speed of Corey Spangenberg, the difference.
Cody Decker is going to bat for Erlin. Decker, then Jankowski and Myers. And with Decker introduced, Chip Hill goes out to take the ball from Jeremy Hellickson. 6 solid innings, allows only 1 run. We take a break. Fans of the game on Star Wars night. The Friar and the Spirit. Young and old here to enjoy baseball night in San Diego. Matt Reynolds has come in to pitch for the D-backs. Attended Austin Peay University. Didn't
Austin Peay.
Sean Kelly go to Austin Peay?
I'm not sure about that one.
They might have been teammates. Check on
15th appearance for Matt Reynolds. And Cody Decker. He's a Rebel fighter pilot.
that. Indeed, Sean Kelly. Austin Peay, as well as Matt Reynolds, who sends in a strike to Cody Decker. Looking for his first major league hit. 0 for 4 since being called up here in September.
Well, the Padres have to add on after a really nice outing by Robbie Erlin.
Decker, a home run star in the minors for the Padres, finally getting his chance to swing in the big leagues. Late on that swing. Hellickson goes 6 innings, 1 run, 4 hits, walked 2, hit 1, struck out 5. And down goes Decker. That'll bring up Jankowski.
It looked like a changeup out of the hands of Reynolds and getting Cody Decker out of the strike zone.
Jankowski is grounded out and lined to center. Kelly is 31 and Matt Reynolds will be 31 next month. So I imagine they were teammates at Austin Peay. Kelly was warming up earlier. One hopper to Goldschmidt for the second out. Top of the order, Myers 0 for 3.
This copyrighted telecast presented by the authority of the San Diego Padres. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the San Diego Padres.
Another pitching change here at Petco. 2 outs in the 7th inning, and the Padres clinging to a 1-0 lead. Mercury Insurance. Log on to mercuryinsurance.com and see how much you could save. And by Petco. What we feed them matters. Pitching change made by Chip Hale of the Diamondbacks. David Hernandez comes in to face Will Myers. 2 outs, bases empty here in the 7th.
David Hernandez missed all of 2014 with Tommy John surgery. And against the Padres this year, he's thrown 3 in the 3rd inning, giving up 1 earned run with 4 strikeouts.
Myers 1 for 13 on the homestand. 0 for 3 tonight. A couple of ground outs and a fly ball to right. Breaking ball. What a night for Robbie Erlin. Leaves with a 1-0 lead, 7 innings, allowed only 2 hits. Just 1 walk and 4 strikeouts. Another breaking ball, and Myers takes the walk. Padres go in order in the 7th. On to the 8th with a 1-0 advantage.
And Clay and I are working on Padres Live, the post-game show, which will be brought to you by Cox Communications. And the story of this night, Clay, has to be the fine work by Robbie Erlin.
No, he's doing a great job tonight. What he's doing that's really positive about this evening is that he's keeping their power hitters off bounce. He's throwing those breaking balls early in counts. Next guys are coming up. He's throwing the fastball early, getting the jam them in, punching them out looking. This is what everybody wanted to see from Robbie Erlin tonight, especially after his last start. And he's doing a great job with this Arizona offense.
Well, if you can control Pollock and Goldschmidt, you've got yourself a fighting chance. And that's where the Padres find themselves here in the top of the 8th inning. When Clay and I see you on Padres Live, the post-game show, not only will we bring you everything that happened on the field tonight, you'll hear from Robbie Erlin as well, but we'll also take you through a look around baseball. The American League West race is really heating up. Texas and Houston will have the latest on that. And a team from New York has clinched a playoff berth. So all that and more when we see you after the final out. Dick Enberg and Mark Sweeney, gents.
All right, Mike, thank you. Juan Benoit comes in to work the 8th inning, so the Padres have it set up. Benoit the hold, and Kimbrel hopefully the save tonight with a 1-0 lead. Benoit making his 66th appearance. Look at the batting averages against. Tomas leads it off for Arizona. And the first pitch grounded to short. Amarista there. 1 away. 1 pitch, 1 out. Well, they've been battling all season long. Mark Grant and Ali Sturm with Chris Button. And tonight, a swing of 6 points with Spangenberg, Grant's pick.
Well,
Clay Hensley coming through for Grant. Huh?
Hopefully that information doesn't get to Chris Budden. I don't think she's going to be able to handle it very well.
Well, she's working that football game, TCU game today. Yeah, so try to keep that from her. We don't want to upset her trip home. It's a long season. She's got plenty of time to make up the ground. Brandon Drury has flied out and grounded out. Chris Owings is on deck.
Well, to Clay's point about Robbie Erlin attacking the zone tonight with his fastball, changeup, curveball. But I loved how he worked tonight and changed speeds and got off the barrel of the bats of the Arizona Diamondbacks. 8 groundouts, 3 flyouts to go along with the 4 strikeouts.
Ground ball, another chance for Amarista. 2 away. Mike Pomerantz was talking about the American League action in the East. That's brought to you by National University Standings. This is the wild card picture with the Yankees in the best position. Houston has a 1-game lead over the Angels, 1.5 in front of Minnesota. Cleveland, you still can't count them out, although we're about to go into the final week of the season. Time running out for Cleveland and Baltimore.
Well, I think the Angels are in a pretty good position, even though they're a game back. Houston Astros are 5 of their last 10. They did win today, which was a huge win against the Texas Rangers.
Daniel Hudson, we saw him last night, and Josh Colementor warming up for the D-backs. Owings has tapped to the mound. Good play made by Jed Jerko at second base on a ground ball back of the bag. 1-1. Swing and a miss. 1-2.
No, good slider by Joaquin Benoit. Take a look at Saltalamacchia, but how about this slider, the action on the pitch? Looks like a fastball in the hands of Joaquin. Gets Owings to swing and miss out of the strike zone.
At deep, but plenty foul. One of the 32,186 with a souvenir. And that gentleman fan presenting it. They're blocked from view. We're guessing that's a youngster behind. Breaking ball.
Time now to check the Cholula flamethrower. Take a look at Joaquin Benoit. That's 95. That's hot sauce. Because it's our guy.
Star Wars characters, they like that hot sauce?
They do.
Yeah.
It's lightsabers. You got to be careful of those.
Yeah. A ball, 2 strikes to Owings. 2 outs, bases empty here in the top of the 8th. 1-0 Padres. Line past Spangenberg into the left field corner, and Owings is on his way for 2. And he pulls up at second with a 2-out double. And the pinch hitter, Saltalamacchia, will come up hitting for David Hernandez.
Joaquin Benoit tries to go back to that slider again, and credit Owings capitalizing on a mistake on that slider over the heart of the plate, playing no doubles defense. Corey Spangenberg guarding that line and hits it all the way to the wall for a 2-out double.
Veteran Saltalamacchia. And now they call him back, and looks like David Peralta, 300 hitter. Entered last night's game hitting .310, went 0 for 3 with a walk. Peralta, tough out.
Joaquin Benoit still a .176 batting average against left-handers.
He uses that changeup very effectively against the left-handed batters. He'll need it here with Peralta up, tying run at second base, 2 outs in the 8th. There's the changeup.
Most of those guys sitting on the bench that are everyday guys come off and they want to get after it. That first pitch and the changeup out of the strike zone exposes Peralta.
Owings out at second, the tying run, 2 outs.
A lot of signs by Norris.
Wants it down and away. And 95 on the fastball.
Well, you back up that changeup with some heat. Joaquin Benoit has that finish on his baseball. And that finish is in the strike zone.
Head on the count, 2 strikes. Let's see what he has to offer Peralta here.
I think he's going back to the changeup.
Struck him out. Fastball at 96. Stranding Owings at second base. We go to the home half of the 8th inning. The Padres still in front. 1-0. Kids, and we're all children tonight. Star Wars night at Petco Park, and the Padres with the 1-0 lead. And Josh Colementor comes in to work the 8th inning for the D-backs. Man from Homer, Michigan.
Well, Colementor started as Arizona's opening day starter, but has pitched much better out of the bullpen. He's 1-0 with a 1.20 ERA in his last 28 games. David Peralta stays in left field.
Colementor comes to that tomahawk over the top delivery. He'll face Spangenberg, Kemp, and Upton here in the Padre 8th. Spangenberg with a pair of doubles, half of the Padre hit total tonight. And his double back in the 6th inning, came around to provide the Padres with the only run of the game. Change up 2-0. Got that over the top aggressive pitching motion, and then he pulls the string, and tough to read.
Very difficult to see it out of the hands of Colementor. It's just picking up that release point from a different area.
Like throwing a tomahawk against the tree. And in fact, that's how he practiced that motion as a kid. Went on to star at Central Michigan, Chippewas. And the count 3-2. Final game of the D-backs tomorrow. 1:10 start. Military Sunday. Hope you'll be out here. Always special on Sundays. Hopefully we'll have the Marine recruits with us. James Shields trying to run his record to 14-6 against Zach Godley, who is 5-1 for the D-backs. Pulled the first, foul.
You look at the velocity of Josh Colementor as the closer for the Padres warms up in the bullpen, but the velocity has dipped down, and that differential for the changeup and fastball really not there, and I think that's the reason why he shifted to the bullpen. Ground ball left side, loved it short by Owings, but Spangenberg way too fast. They can't throw him out. Another hit for Corey Spangenberg. He's 3 for 4 tonight and could be 4 for 4 but for Tomas's catch against the wall in left field. Well, Chris Owings does everything he can, and what a nice play defensively, but Corey Spangenberg getting down the line. Everything working right, but it's the effort and the hustle by Corey Spangenberg that's been the difference in this game. He's the hitting star tonight. 3 of the 5 Padre hits, and was robbed of another. Shove that leadoff man on. Purchase a little insurance here for the Padres in the 8th. Kemp 1 for 3. Clay Hensley picking for Mark Grant has done a good job. Huh? He has 7 points. Well, this is a running situation for Corey Spangenberg, even with Matt Kemp up. At 83 miles an hour on the fastball, but still trying to buy him more fastballs. If he picks something out in his delivery out of the stretch, why not? Line drive, a base hit. Clears the glove of Owings. Spangenberg pulls up at second on a sharp single by Kemp, his second tonight. The Padres have something brewing here in the bottom of the 8th. Well, the veteran outfielder sat on this pitch. This is experience. You see on our Phantom Cam, it's a changeup, and the rotation on the pitch, you can actually see. Matt Kemp sits on this pitch very nicely and shoots this over the shortstop's head. Now back-to-back singles to open the 8th inning. Spangenberg and Kemp, and here's Justin Upton. Upton has walked, struck out, and grounded out. Well, the top of the order due up for the Diamondbacks. This would be a great spot for the Padres to add on to their lead. See the numbers against Colementor. Line drive, another base hit. That's going to get a run home, maybe more. Into the corner it goes. Spangenberg scores.
Kemp's around third and will hold on a double by Upton. 2-0 Padres. Upton knocks in his 81st.
Adding on, and you can see the velocity on the fastball is not there, and there's a mistake over the middle of the plate. Justin Upton hammering this ball to left field, scoring Spangenberg easily from second base. Let's take a look at that side swing on our Phantom Cam. The balance hits it off the end of the bat just a little bit, but still hammers that to left.
Well, 2-0 Padres, still no one out. Runners at second and third for Jed Jerko. Infield pulls up, plays it halfway, and that's strike one on the curveball. Jerko has popped up, struck out, and knocked in the first run with that shallow sacrifice fly to right field that scored Spangenberg.
Infield in, outfield is playing deep.
Spangenberg scoring both Padre runs tonight. 0-2. It's a big insurance run and a chance to build on the 2-0 lead with no one out. That'll get another run home, maybe more. That's going deeper, and finally caught by Inciarte. Kemp can walk in. It's 3-0, and over to third goes Upton. Second sacrifice fly of the night for Jerko. Both to right field.
Well, two-strike hitting by Jed Jerko on the side swing from the Phantom Cam. See his head right on the baseball. And he just missed this one. But that is nice hitting with two strikes for his back-to-back sacrifice flies.
Well, 2 runs for the Padres here in the bottom of the 8th inning to build a 3-0 lead. Chip Hale going to relieve Colementor with Upton at third, only one out, and Derek Norris scheduled to hit. Will shoot for his 14th win of the year. He's 13-6. Padres winning his pitcher, and he'll go against Zach Godley. Godley is 5-1 for the D-backs. Military Sunday will be on the air at 12:30. I hope you can be with us here at Petco Park. If you can't make it, we invite you to join us here on Fox Sports San Diego. The Padres have scored 2 more here in the 8th inning for a 3-0 lead and have Upton perched at third with 1 out, and Derek Norris the batter against Silvino Bracho, 23-year-old right-hander from Venezuela.
Well, Bracho, a 2-pitch pitcher. See, only being in 10 games. Has a sneaky fastball, sits right around 93, 94 miles an hour. and the slider to go along with it.
It's been tough on right-handers, but left-handers have had their way with him. Norris, Padres' hottest hitter on the homestand. He's 9 for the last 11 on base. And tonight he's been on all 3 times. A single, a walk, and was hit by a pitch.
Again, with only 1 out, infield in for the Arizona Diamondbacks.
They're very tight this time, right at the edge of the grass. Outside at 92. Upton with 1 out. He's knocked in a run with a double. Way outside. Breaking ball. On Thursday night, Norris went 3 for 4. 3-run homer and a couple of doubles. And last night he was 2 for 3 with a walk. And tonight 1 for 1, a walk and a hit batsman.
Yeah, you would assume with James Shields going tomorrow, he will continue to be in that lineup.
Hope he has more control with his pitches than with the bubble gum tonight. That's a strike at 92. Kimbrel ready when called upon, and that apparently will be the case, although now a 3-0 lead. Still a safe situation. No one else throwing out there, so even if the Padres score a 4th run, looks like he's going to be in. Good take, 3-1. Now Zipchinski wandering around as if he might start getting loose. Top of the order, Inciarte scheduled in the 9th inning for Arizona. Full count. .62 runs batted in for Norris on the year. Career high. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Went after ball 4. That'll bring up Alexi Amarista.
Well, the best player of the game is at it again, and you can see Mike Trout and the athletic ability scaling the wall.
Unreal.
It's like a little Bo Jackson in the Angels uniform.
Superman.
He loves the game of baseball, and it's so much fun to watch him play.
40 home runs and play defense like that. Slap foul by Amarista, who has struck out twice and lined to center. Infield now can play back. Upton still at third.
Brett Wallace in the on-deck circle.
Pitcher spot due next. Benoit. He's He's consistent right at 92 with the fastball.
And you see that late finish too, and it is sneaky because he has a short arm delivery. Just has that good finish in the hitting area. See a lot of guys swing underneath those balls.
More on that fastball, but it sails wide. 2-2. Ground ball, glove by Goldschmidt. He took a run away from the Padres with that play. 3-1 on the putout. Padres settle for 2. Singles by Spanchenberg and Kemp. An RBI double. Upton. Sacrifice fly from Jed Jerko. Spanchenberg got it started. Upton with a run scoring double. And the Padres lead 3-0. Fly ball shallow. Enciarte's throw on the money, and Spanchenberg beats the throw with his daring speed. And that was the first run of the game, and the Padres go on to add in the 8th inning 3-0. Our Bill Howe play of the game. And Howe. Craig Kimbrell. It's a save situation, leading 3-0 as he seeks his 38th save of the year. Top of the order, Enciarte, Hill, and Pollock. Anyone gets on Goldschmidt for Arizona in the 9th.
You can see against Craig Kimbrell, first 3 hitters of the Diamondbacks order for the top of the 9th. And the Aaron Hill, 3 for 9, having a little bit of success against Craig Kimbrell.
Kimbrell trying to close out a shutout. It would be the Padres' 6th of the season. Arizona's been whitewashed only 7 times all year. Actually 6 times. It would be their 7th. Enciarte, a triple in 3 at-bats tonight. He has one of the 3 hits. His triple, Owings a double, and Pollock a single.
Well, with those added runs in the bottom of the 8th, that affords Craig Kimbrell to be a little more aggressive, if you can say that against Craig Kimbrell.
Yeah, right. Does that mean he's going to throw it 105 miles an hour? There's the breaking ball, and that's a wicked pitch. And you're looking at 98 miles an hour in the fastball. To bend your knees, even a left-handed hitter.
Well, if you can buckle a left-handed hitter and you're a right-handed pitcher, that is a really good pitch. See that hard breaking ball. Whoa.
97. Coming in hot.
So if you want to be in a batter's box, see a pitch that you really don't see, but you hear it, it's Craig Kimbrel.
And you do hear a fastball at his velocity, don't you?
You do.
Sings. Swing and a miss. Breaking ball. One away in the ninth.
Well, he takes young Ender Inciarte to school. Really good breaking balls to finish. But after that high fastball, he did not have a chance.
Aaron Hill, 0 for 3 tonight with a strikeout. We showed you earlier, he 3 for 9 against Kimbrel. Woo. Former teammates with the Braves. There'll be discussion there between bench coach Roberts and manager Murphy. 97 again, just off the plate. Lifted foul off first, and Myers will watch that one sail into the crowd. Let's go back to our keys to the game, brought to you by your San Diego Honda dealers.
Well, I was going to hope that the offense was going to support Robbie Erlin just a little bit more. I want the Empire to strike back, but Jeremy Hellickson had something to do with that. But a successful return of the Jedi, Mr. Erlin. Nice work tonight.
7 shutout innings, only 2 hits.
There's the Stormtroopers.
Storm has passed through. They can lift the masks. Chop foul, 2-2.
Can't say enough of Robbie Erlin tonight. Complete control, had a purpose, real good chemistry with Derek Norris, the catcher. Just seemed like they were on the same page, but locating, and when his misses were there, it was off the plate rather than the middle.
I'm sure our guys Mike and Clay are going to talk about Erlin and why he was so effective. Hopefully we'll get to hear from Erlin himself after the game. Stay with us. 2-2. Up high. 2 tough customers to follow, Hill and Pollock and Goldschmidt. I don't think there's a pitcher in baseball that gets that spot on the bill of his cap. You know, he uses a lot of rosin and dirt, I guess, as Kimbrel does. 3-2. Line drive, base hit, clears the leap of Amarista, and Hill shows why he's had success against Kimbrel. He's now 4 for 10. Keeps the 9th inning alive for the D-backs.
Oh, nice approach by Aaron Hill, getting to a point where he knew the fastball was coming, especially with the lead the Padres had, as he exits for a pinch runner.
I think that's Oscar Hernandez, but we'll double check here. It might be Brito Socrates. It is Socrates Brito, rather. Pollock 1 for 3. Taking ball drops low. Good cut. Well, he's got to be happy. A.J. Pollock is a Notre Dame Irish. Handsome win today over UMass.
Go Irish.
Who do they play next week, you know?
I do not.
Good luck to the Chargers tomorrow. Tough one at Minnesota. That game will be over before the Padres game begins, so we'll have a little doubleheader action, football, baseball. That's in there. 1-2 to Pollock.
If he goes to that breaking ball again.
Swing and a miss. It was indeed the curveball. Second strikeout for Kimbrel. Brings up Goldschmidt.
Well, this curveball starts off in the strike zone and then out. A.J. Pollock exposed to that breaking ball, not seeing out of the hands of Craig Kimbrel. Big second out.
Goldschmidt tonight is flying to center, struck out, and ripped one. A scorcher at second baseman Jerko on one hop, but Jerko able to stay with it and turned it into a 4-6-3 double play. And the Padres have done a good job against Goldschmidt in the series. He's 1 for 7. Ground ball to short. Amarista, his throw across in time, and the ball game is over. Kimbrel with save number 38. The Padres with their 6th shutout of the season. It adds up to a 3-0 win for Robbie Erlin. And here's Mike Pomeranz.
Well, that was really nice to see for Robbie and the team, shutting out the Arizona Diamondbacks 3-0. When Clay and I see on Padres Live, the post-game show, we'll break down what was working for Robbie Erlin so well, and you'll hear from Pat Murphy, all that and more, in just a couple of moments on Padres Live, the post-game show.